children, it's Assembly 21 and it's the week beginning the 27th of February. Hello, how are you? It's very sunny in the hall today, but it's still quite chilly, so I've got my gloves on and my sunglasses. Oh, and I've remembered to wear my blue lanyard. Do you remember what we talk about when we say about the blue lanyards? Yes, that's right. If you see somebody wearing one of these, you know that they are somebody that we trust in school. That's right. And if somebody's got a red one on, yes, that's right, that person needs to always be with somebody who's got a blue one on. So you need to see a blue and a red one together or a blue one on its own. Great. Anyway, how are you? Are you okay? Oh, brilliant. Me? Oh, thank you for asking. I'm okay too. Shall we do our routine? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Well, I can see that the long hand, the minute hand, has just moved off the number 12. I know that if the minute hand is on the 12, it's o'clock. So it was just something o'clock. I look towards the shorthand, the hour hand, which is pointing straight at the number 10, that's right. So it's just gone 10 o'clock. Well done if you got that correct, well done. Our language of the month, well, we're still learning Lithuanian because there's a few more days left of February. And then, I think it's on Wednesday we're going to change our language of the month. So just for the very last time, can you remember to say labas, labas? Say it to the person next to you, labas. Now, our Makaton sign has changed. Let's have a little look. Can you see? Oh, it's one we've had before. This word says reading. The person's got their hands together and there's a little arrow. Watch. You put your hands together like this and you show me you are reading. Reading. Can you do it? Reading. Why has Mrs. Lee chosen that sign? Well, it is Assembly number 21. We're going to be talking about this in a moment, conflict resolution, but we're also going to remember that this week is World Book Day. Gosh, what have I got to remember for World Book Day? Well, I'm going to need to remember to wear my reading glasses. I have to put these on now, children, when I'm reading a book. Gosh, I can't see you very well, though, when I put them on. They're just for reading books. Oh, I might want to write about my book, so I'm going to have to remember my pencil, aren't I, to help me write about the books. Oh, at break time and lunchtime, I might want to stay in and read a book, so I'm going to have to remember to get myself a reading stick, because I can only be in the research centre with a reading stick. Oh, I get a bit hungry doing all that work, so I'm going to have to remember to eat a piece of fruit at snack time to keep me going, get my energy levels up. Oh, I need to remember as well that if I forget the golden rules, because I'm learning about those now, aren't I can always turn over a new leaf. Mrs. Lee talked about that last week, didn't she? Turning over a new leaf and starting again and remembering those 7 golden rules. Gosh, I've got so much to remember. But I also really do need to remember to keep my friends happy. I've got lots of friends. I hope you have too. Have a little look around your classroom and smile at the people that you are friendly to. Can you smile at them? Maybe you can give them a little bit of a wave. Gosh, we're so lucky to have so many friends, aren't we? But we need to remember to keep them happy and also to keep them safe. And as I just said, we do have 7 golden rules to help us. But did you know we have something else that can help us? We have something called conflict resolution. Can you read it? It's just above my head here. Conflict resolution. You say it, conflict resolution. Now, you might be thinking, Mrs. Lee, what does that mean? I'll give you a few seconds just to think about it. What if you've got any ideas? Okay, I'm going to try and role play, try and do a bit of storytelling now. I have a giraffe here. Let's call him Gerald the giraffe. And I have a frog here. Let's call him Fitz the frog. So we've got Gerald the giraffe, Fitz the frog. And usually they are the best of friends. Now, as you can see, they are very different, aren't they? They don't look the same. However, they are both animals. So they have things that are similar and they have things that are different. And they are friends. They are friendly to each other. They're smiling at each other. But sometimes, guess what? They have fallings out. They get a little bit upset with each other. Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me a lot. Sometimes Gerald the giraffe wants to go and play something different. And sometimes Fitz the frog wants to do something different. And they don't want to play together. Or if they try to play together, they get into a bit of an argument. What are they going to do? Well, they can use something called conflict resolution. Now, I've put it on this very, very special golden script. And these are the words that they could use to help them to solve their problem. They need to, first of all, stop squabbling. So one of them needs to say in a firm voice, stop! And then they need to say, let's not fall out. Then they need to say, let's talk. Now, the one that is talking should go first. I'll go first and you listen. And this is where, here, that person would say what the problem is. And then that person would say, now you tell me and I'll listen. That first person needs to stop talking and use their good listening ears to find out what the other side of the problem is, because there's always two sides to a problem. And then they need together to say, shall we? Gerald the giraffe loves skipping. He loves jumping with the skipping rope. Jump, 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 jump. All day long, Gerald would do that. Now, Fitz the frog, he likes skipping, but not all the time. Sometimes he likes to just go for a little run. Gerald and Fitz are the best of friends, but as you can see, they look different and they also have different ideas. Fitz doesn't want to play skipping today. Gerald really does want to do some skipping. And then they start to have a little bit of an argument. I want to do some skipping. I don't want to do any skipping. Let's skip together. No, I don't even like you. That's making me sad. I want to be your friend. Well, I don't want to be your friend today. Oh no, what could they do? I think they need to use the conflict resolution script. When Fitz said he didn't like Gerald, that made him upset. I think Gerald needs to say, stop, let's not fall out. Let's talk. I'll go first and you listen, Fitz. When you said that you didn't want to be my friend and you didn't like me anymore, that made me feel sad. Now you tell me what's making you upset. Well, I don't always want to do skipping. Skipping sometimes makes my knees hurt. Shall we then do a little bit of skipping and then put the skipping rope away? Yes, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do a little bit of skipping and then put the skipping rope away. Sorted. Now that's how easy it can be. I'm going to read you a story now. The story is called Lucy's Quarrel. I've read it before, but it's a really, really good story. It's about conflict resolution. Here we go. My mum says I can choose all the games at my party, said Lucy to her cousin Alice, and everyone has to do what I tell them because it's my party. Gosh, Alice was tired of hearing Lucy going on and on and on about her party. That's just bossy, she grumbled. You're always being bossy. I think I can think of a couple of people in our school who are a bit like that. Can you? Me? Exclaimed Lucy. We never do anything I want. We always play what you want. You're the bossy one. Everyone says so. Alice stuck out her tongue at Lucy, so Lucy stuck her tongue out at Alice. You're not my best friend anymore, shouted Lucy, and I don't want you to come to my party, so there! Uh-oh. Alice was very upset. She ran downstairs to her mum, and she wouldn't say goodbye to Lucy when they went home. She didn't try to make up, and nor did Lucy. You shouldn't quarrel like that and not make up, said Granny the next day. She was making Lucy's birthday cake. Why don't you just both say you're sorry? After all, she is your best friend, and your party is only a few days away. She isn't my friend anymore, said Lucy crossly. She started it, and she didn't say she was sorry, and I don't want a chocolate cake for my birthday because that's Alice's favourite. But that's your favourite too, said Granny. I don't care, said Lucy. I want a lemon one now. When Lucy saw Alice at play school, Alice looked as if she wanted to be friends, but Lucy was still cross, so she played in the kitchen with Peter. Alice started playing with Emma, and she wouldn't look at Lucy. And Lucy knew Alice didn't like Emma very much because she was a bit of a crybaby. After a while, Lucy missed playing with Alice and began to feel a bit like crying herself. But she wasn't going to say sorry. Next day was Thursday, and Alice and Lucy always did gym together on Thursday, but this time Alice didn't come. Lucy jumped about to the music and did roly-polies, but it wasn't nearly as much fun without Alice. Now, she didn't have a partner. She had to do headstands against a wall while the others did them in pairs, all on her own. After gym, Lucy and Mum bought lots of nice things to eat at the party. Alice likes tomato and bacon crisps best, said Lucy. Let's get them for her, said Mum. Pop them in the trolley. Oh, but she's not coming now, said Lucy crossly. Well, you might change your mind by the time the party comes, said Mum. I won't, snapped Lucy and dumped the crisps back on the shelf. Oh dear. Lucy and Dad blew up lots of balloons. I want to play musical bumps and statues, said Lucy, and that dressing up race with all those clothes. Oh, Alice loves that game. She always wins, laughed Dad. Have you two made up yet? No, and I'm not going to, said Lucy. She said I was bossy. Well, you are sometimes, said Dad. You're both bossy. It's a shame to spoil your party over a silly quarrel. Both bossy. Lucy began to feel sad. I don't think my birthday's going to be much fun, she sighed to Mum. I wish I hadn't quarrelled with Alice. I wish we were still friends. Well, why don't you make up, said Mum. It's not too hard to say sorry. No, said Lucy. She started it. Oh, cheer up, said Mum. You're going to the fun fair tomorrow for your birthday treat. You'll enjoy that. Lucy smiled a little then. But she wished Alice was coming too. It was sad not to have a best friend to go everywhere with. Well, the fun fair was great. Lucy went on lots of different rides. But Dad was too big, and Laura, her little sister, was too small to go on everything. Especially this last one that had to have 2 people in it. The fairman said she could go on the ride with one of the other children in the queue, but Lucy didn't fancy that, so they had to go home. Just think, Dad teased, you could have gone on that last ride if you'd had Alice with us. I don't care, said Lucy. I don't want to go on that silly ride anyway. I think she does. Well, the day before the party, Lucy went with Mum to the shops. They were going to buy some special treats and prizes. I bet Alice would like one of those, said Mum. And these funny wobbly things, agreed Lucy. Oh, it's a pity we can't get her one, said Mum. But I suppose your mind's made up now, isn't it? Lucy didn't answer. She had seen something on the other side of the window, and it made her feel all fluttery inside. Can you see what she might have seen? Maybe have a look over here. That's right, it was Alice. Alice and her mum. Alice's mum was looking in the shop window, but Alice had seen Lucy, and she was just about to give Lucy a big smile. But then her face went sad and she turned away. And Lucy felt all hot. And for a moment she didn't know what to do. And then she just rushed up to Alice and gave her a huge hug. "Oh, I'm so sorry I called you bossy," said Alice, laughing. "Oh, I'm sorry I was mean," said Lucy. "And I really, really, really want you to come to my party. Please, 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 will you?" "Yes," said Alice. And that was the end of the quarrel. Look at them having a good time with all their friends. They needed conflict resolution, didn't they? They needed to say, "Stop, let's not fall out, let's talk, I'll go first and you listen." And that's when they should have spoken to each other about what was making them upset and cross with each other. And then they should have come up with a way to make it better. Now, I think you can, because the little girls in this book go to preschool. Now, we're not at preschool anymore. We are in the infant school. We are much bigger. We can use our words. Mrs. Aldridge always says that. Use your words to try and help each other to make the right decisions, so that you can be best friends with the people that might not look like you, might not want the same things as you, but you can play together nicely. I hope you have a lovely World Book Day week and look forward to seeing you around school. Right, let's finish with our prayer. Help me to do the things I should, to be to others kind and good, in all my work, in all my play, to grow more loving every day. Amen. Grow more loving every day. Remember that word sorry is such a good word to use when you've upset somebody. Bye.